Hey y'all, I'm Roger, and y'all are tuned in to Back Porch Cooking and Reminiscing, and we sure are happy to have you with us today. Got a question for you today. Have you ever cooked pork chops and they turned out tough and dry and just really not even fit to eat? Well, if you have, watch this video because I'm going to show you how to make pork chops that are tender and juicy every time. And we're going to cook some white potatoes and some sweet potatoes, and they will be delicious. Folks over at KnifeSaga sent us this 15-piece kitchen knife set to test out and see what we thought about it. This set includes an 8-inch chef's knife, a serrated bread knife, a 7-inch Santoku knife, a 5-inch utility knife, a 3.5-inch paring knife, and 6 steak knives, along with a pair of kitchen scissors and a sharpening steel. If y'all would like to go take a look at these knives, and they've got several other different sets and single knives and different colors. If you use my Amazon link, KnifeSaga is running a great promotion right now. And if you're looking for a new set of knives to replace your old set or an upgrade for a new kitchen, these would be great. They also offer a 100-day free trial and a lifetime warranty. And at the end of the video, I'll tell you what I think about them. So the first knife we're going to try out is the paring knife. And we're going to peel some potatoes with it and just see how good of a job it does. It's peeling that potato pretty well. But I have to say, this little paring knife is working great for that. But now we're going to try sweet potatoes, which are quite a bit harder. So we're going to see how it does on those. It's cutting right through the hard peel on them. So I would say overall that this little paring knife is a pretty good little knife. So we got their potatoes peeled and everything. So now we're going to switch knives and we're going to go to this Santoku knife, which is supposed to be for slicing, dicing vegetables. It cut those potatoes, like I say, just like they were just butter. So since we use a smaller knife for cutting up the white potatoes, I've got out the chef's knife, which is an 8-inch chef's knife, and we're going to see how it does on cutting the sweet potatoes. It's doing what it needs to do. So we're going to finish cutting these sweet potatoes up. But so far, out of 3 knives, I'm very happy with all 3. All right, y'all. So we're ready to get our meat ready to go in the skillet. So we've got 4 beautiful sirloin pork chops here. I'm using these because one of our local stores ran a sale on them a couple of days ago, and we were able to get these for $1.99 a pound. Just couldn't believe that price. So that's what we're going to use today. But now you can do this recipe on bone-in pork chops. You can do it on center cut boneless pork chops. You know, just whatever you want to use it on. But so the first thing we're going to do, we've got our white lily flour over here on the plate. And we're going to add just a little bit of salt to that flour just so that our dredge has a little salt to it. We're going to add a little bit of pepper to it. All right, and then we're going to also salt our meat, and we're going to do a little pepper on the meat. Not going to use a lot of pepper on it because we are putting the pepper in the seasoning mix too. Then we're going to flip those sirloin chops over, and we're going to salt and pepper them on the other side. We'll get us a little salt on each one of those. And get us a little bit of pepper on there. I got my skillet over here heating up, and it's got some olive oil in it, and we're just going to lightly brown these sirloin chops. All right, I think our skillet's about hot enough, so we're going to go ahead and get some flour on these and just put them in the flour and kind of press down a little bit. Flip them over. Get the sides covered up a little bit with the flour. And then we're just going to go straight into the skillet with that. You just want to coat them really good with the flour. You may have to pick some up and put it on it and then just kind of rub it around. And in the skillet with that one. I also got the oven preheating to 350 degrees. So if you heard that just then, that's the oven letting me know that it's preheated. Alright, we'll go in the skillet with that one. And we got one more to go. The only thing about this is that you're going to make a little bit of a mess doing it. But, you know, if it's messy, it's going to be good. And we're ready to go in the skillet with that one. Alright, so guys, we're just going to let those kind of brown in the skillet there for a few minutes, and then we'll flip them over, let the other side brown, and then we will be done with the meat part of it. So we've browned our pork chops here in the skillet, and now what we're going to do is we're going to cover them with aluminum foil, and we're going to put them in the oven at 350 degrees. Now we put our sweet potatoes and our white potatoes on a baking sheet, and use some olive oil, salt, and pepper, and we put them in the oven at 400 degrees. So hopefully all of this comes together at the same time. All right, guys, so here's a shot of our pork chops. They're done. Our sweet potatoes and white potatoes are done. So we're going to get us a plate together here in just a second. And so here's our plate with our pork chop, our potatoes, and we've added some broccoli to it. But what I want to show you, and we're going to be using one of the KnifeSaga steak knives here, is just how tender that this pork chop is. That slices like butter. Show you the inside of the piece of it. So very juicy and tender, and not dried out and tough like see there, it's pulling apart with just a fork on it. But that is going to be some good eating. So now it's time to give it a taste. So guys, the minute I've been waiting for is to get to taste this. So I'm going to try this pork chop first, because I know that it's good. Oh yeah, so tender, not dried out. That is one good pork chop. Now we're going to try one of our sweet potatoes. Now remember, we did nothing to these other than some salt, some pepper, and some olive oil, and put them in the oven at 400 degrees. That's all we did to it. Guys, that's so good. So, what did I think about the KnifeSaga knives? Well, we used, what, 4 knives out of the set of 15. And I'll tell you, it's as good as anything that I've used in the past. Everything peeled and chopped and sliced and did everything that it should do. So again, remember, I'm going to leave you a link in the description where if you want to, you can go by and check out these knives. As I said, they've got several different kinds, several different sets. I think they're really good knives, and I'm very pleased and very happy with them. So, y'all, Make this recipe for your family. Share it with your friends. It's going to be the best pork chop that you have ever had. I'm telling you, these are just super, super good, and it works on any kind of pork chop. As I said in the beginning of the video, doesn't matter if it's these sirloin chops, if it's a bone-in chop, if it's a boneless chop, it's going to work on it. So just try it. I promise you, you'll be happy that you did. All right, guys, we appreciate y'all being here, and we're going to do another recipe probably tomorrow. So y'all just stick around and check out our next video, and appreciate you being here, and y'all have a great day.